What's up guys, the name is Jay and today I'm bringing you a search and destroy gameplay that I got on mission the other day. I was using multiple variety of guns ranging from SCAR-L to MP7 to PP90, I believe. I'm not too sure if I used it. The UMP, it's just, the guns are everywhere, but this is a lengthy game that I ended up chopping up into little bits and pieces so you wouldn't have to see a whole 20-minute gameplay. And the whole primary discussion about this video is going to be more so about the things I never was able to talk about for Advanced Warfare that we missed in the lockdown video, which I'll direct to you right here. Now, the first thing I'd like to talk about, if anything, I'll start small and then I'll make my way to bigger things, but starting off, I'd like to talk about Kevin Spacey. Now, I didn't expect the main villain for Ghost to be somebody, not saying Kevin Spacey, but not being anyone that has no big relevance to the world. I mean, in the game, he has relevance because he's like a global superpower. It seems like he's just been investing in many stocks, and his investments finally paid off, and he has so much money. He was able to buy himself all the power he needed. So I think it's pretty cool that Call of Duty took a shift from having it be like world leaders or world superpowers for the villains, and now they just have Kevin Spacey playing the villain. And in this game, from what it seems, he doesn't have anything else going for him. He was just a normal person who made the money and got the power, which is pretty cool how they can just make an average person become a supervillain within the next whatever. Yeah, okay. It's just cool. I like the fact that they had somebody else portray a villain other than a huge superpower. So I thought that was cool. All right, the second part I'd like to talk about is the portable wall you see during the trailer. Now, if they incorporate that in some way, shape, or form into the multiplayer, that's gonna be something I'm using quite a lot. Like if you just per se just tap the LB button, your character will place the stands for the wall like in a small enough radius that it covers just your body, and the longer you hold it, the longer they can stretch out the wall. So if they were to do that for multiplayer, that would completely change up the way that games could be going, especially in search and destroy. If you're playing competitive search and destroy, and you have and some of your teammates have portable walls, you can really set up certain defenses to keep you ahead of the curve, to keep you ahead of everyone else, to keep your position secure. If you're trying to watch something else and no one's watching your flank, just set up a portable wall right behind you and get to work. Just wait for the person to come, and then you got him right in the palm of your hand. And I just think that would be a completely crazy idea to put in the game. It's such a simple concept, yes, but if you put it into the game, it'll have huge changes within the actual gameplay experience itself. And I can't wait. I want to play Advanced Warfare. That's one of this is probably one of the Call of Duties that I'm really hyped over. I wasn't really this hyped for a COD since Modern Warfare 3, and that was the first Call of Duty I really generated hype for, because it was the first one I went for a midnight release. And lo and behold, it turned out to be one of my more favorite games, despite a lot of the little problems it had, but I overlooked them, and I just have fun with the game now. That's something not a lot of people were able to do. Everyone was just complaining about all the little things, but after about the first 2 months, I noticed that that was really cutting from the gameplay for me. I was just complaining constantly about these things, but now, they're just minor touches that could be fixed that I hope will be fixed in Advanced Warfare, but I'm not going to let it take away from the gameplay experience. And I actually had a lot of fun with Modern Warfare 3. Not a lot of people did, but I can say I did. Sorry about that. Okay. So for the third part, I want to talk about two of the things that I could see being kill streaks. One of them being the dual-rotored helis that you saw in the beginning, the ones with the cloaking ability, and I think that would be a pretty cool 7 kill streak, like how you'd see in Black Ops 2, the stealth chopper, basically like that, but this way in a sense that the dual-rotored heli, it's actually cloaked, so it's really a stealth chopper. So probably something like 8-9 kills, but if you have a sort of launcher and you aim down the sights on it, you can scan the skies and you can find it, and it would only take one one missile to destroy. Because I feel like if they would have add flares to it, that'd be a little overpowered. Because first of all, you can't even see it, and the only time you can is when you have a certain launcher that allows you to see through certain cloaking devices. So I don't think having flares on it would be a very good idea. I think that would make it a little too overpowered. And the other one would be the mech suit, the big mech suit when you see in that brief part of the game where the chain gun just fucking rips out of his arm and then he just starts blasting everything in sight. Yeah, that could be like say like a Modern Warfare 3 12 kill streak. Every time you get 12 kills, you can call in a care pack, and as soon as it comes down in the Juggernaut style, and when you open it, there you are, you're in your mech suit, and you're... I'm not sure if they would restrict your mobility, because I mean, if you are in a mech suit, you can go a lot further than what your normal body is capable of going. So, I feel like I'm not really too sure how the mech suit could work. I might do a separate video on it because the mech suit's actually one of the things that interests me the most about Advanced Warfare. The morph suit, the mech suit, and the exoskeleton are the two things I really want to talk about the most. I might talk about them in the next video because there's just a lot I want to say, a lot that I want to bring out and such. Okay, so we'll stop with the mech suit right there. But yeah, you can make it like a 12 kill streak similar to the Juggernaut in Modern Warfare 3, but obviously with many differences. Alright, so this isn't really a huge thing, but if it were to be incorporated in multiplayer, it'd still be a huge thing, but cloaking. Throughout the trailer, there were people who were able to cloak and become transparent and invisible and such, but I couldn't really think of a way that could be incorporated into multiplayer. I mean, the first way that would come to mind would be like a Killzone style fashion. Like you could be invisible, but if you run, they can see like a little bit of the polygons that show up from like the mech suit if you're cloaking or such. So it wouldn't be like a complete invisible. It would just be, I wouldn't know how to explain it actually, but you would just see like slight little figures of your body as you're moving. And when you shoot, the cloaking comes to an end, unless you have some sort of attachment or upgrade to your exoskeleton suit that would allow you to stay invisible for certain periods of time for certain things. Yeah, that's all I could think of for the cloaking. I couldn't really think of anything else besides a Killzone style way of cloaking to be put into the game. Because I played Killzone 3, and that was the first Killzone I played. I got it midnight release with my cousin, and we both played it, and it was a great game. I loved it. And the cloaking, it was really cool at the time. I did not know it was even possible to cloak until I saw like little figures of people running, and I was always so confused, like, oh, what's that? And then finally someone sneaked up on me as they were cloaked, and they assassinated me. That's when I had figured it out. So that's really the only way I can think of cloaking being something in Advanced Warfare, because I don't know how Call of Duty could really make it work. Who knows? I'm actually really curious to know how they work with it. Alright, next would probably be the Ghost from Halo. I think it was the Ghost. The little motorcycle looking thing that they got in this trailer that Halo had. Yeah, it looks something very similar to that, and I don't think there'd be any way that they'd put it in the multiplayer, but I just think it's really cool how it's just a completely different concept on anything that we've had in terms of vehicle transport in a Call of Duty game. You could argue, yeah, oh, now it looks like Halo and crap like that, but personally, I don't mind, because I don't see why everyone has to bring in the different games, like, oh, it's turning into the next Titanfall, it's turning into the next Halo. I mean, I don't really see a problem if it's turning into the next that. Halo had a lot of good things about it. If it's starting to take more things from Halo, damn it, Machine, from Halo or Titanfall to make it a better game, why not allow it? Why not have it take those things to make the game that we're playing a better game? I don't see why, there has to be so much controversy when people use something from something else. I mean, yeah, you could say it's copying, but I don't know. It is what it is. I don't mind. Many people do, but it's just something I stopped complaining about. And finally, but I'll talk about this more with the mech suit and the... Yeah, I'll talk about this more with the mech suit and the portable wall and just some other things that I'd like to brush up more on. Ugh, God, I just woke up. Sorry. Brush up on in the next video, but it's more so about the optic changes to your exoskeleton helmet. This isn't confirmed, but in the video you can see many different people with different types of lenses and face guards and eye protection. You know, they have different setups on each one. So maybe with different upgrades to your exoskeleton suit, they can allow different types of vision. Like, say, you could see through cloaking devices or other things like that. I don't know. I'll think about it and I'll talk about it in the next video, which is actually going to be up today as well. So stay tuned for that. That's all the time I have now. So I hope you enjoyed and thanks for watching.